Why is San Diego so expensive? Find out next on Jaycation. Hey, what's up, Jaycationers? Welcome back to another video here in the San Diego series. Today we're going to talk about why is it so expensive here in San Diego. Whether you're living here or visiting here, it always seems to empty out your wallet. And we'll talk about a few reasons why San Diego is so expensive. We're going to start off with talking about why it's so expensive to live here. And at the end, I'm going to give you a few reasons on why it's so expensive to visit here. So stay tuned for that. The first reason why San Diego is expensive is the high cost of living. San Diego recently has been ranked the least affordable city to live in the US in terms of buying a place within the metro area of San Diego. You're gonna be paying about $800,000 to $1 million for a decent sized house or condo. So the average salary around San Diego is around $68,000 to $69,000 per year, which amounts from anywhere to $32 to $35 per hour doing a full-time job. The cost of living in San Francisco is about 25% higher in San Diego, and their average salary is around $84,000 a year. San Francisco, New York, Boston are still a higher cost of living than here in good old San Diego. If you're looking for a lower cost of living, I know a lot of San Diegans are moving over to Austin, you know, places like Nebraska, Missouri, and Idaho. And if you like that part of the United States and you like the mountains of Montana and you want to live in a ranch somewhere in Idaho, then go ahead and do it. You'll be saving a lot more money and the cost of living is a lot cheaper. Now, Miami is about 20% lower than San Diego in terms of cost of living, which really surprises me because living in the 305, I actually thought it would be way more expensive or around the same price as San Diego. For you high school students that are looking to go to college here in San Diego, my alma mater, San Diego State University, their in-state tuition per year averages at around $8,100. Now, if you're coming from out of state, you're gonna be paying significantly more, which is about $21,000, $22,000 per year. The other schools here in San Diego, University of California, San Diego, and USD, they're gonna be significantly more. So you're gonna be having to have deep pockets or have that full ride just to go there. The next reason on the list is taxes, taxes, taxes. California has taxes on almost everything. Sales tax here is 7.75%. Let's say I buy a camera here in San Diego, I'll be paying a lot more than if I were to fly to Oregon and buy my camera there. I bought my last camera with the Canon M50 over in Oregon, paid zero sales tax, and that really did a little bit of a difference. Now, if you're looking to save on taxes, don't come to California because that won't happen. The next reason is a big one, and that's the gas prices. The gas prices in San Diego and in California have been at its most expensive in history here in 2022. It is March 4th, 2022. Look at that. Regular unleaded gas is $5.19. This is the gas station about half a mile from my house. And I used to go here every now and then if I was desperate, and I don't do this anymore. Look at that, $5.19, that is ridiculous. You go to places like Las Vegas in Nevada, as of February 20th, gas was around $3.90, and in Missouri, which is the cheapest in the US, it was around $3.17. My tip is go to Costco for gas. That's the cheapest way to get gas here in San Diego. AM, PM, ARCO, it's also cheaper, but if you use your debit card, they charge you an extra 35 cents. And that's, I don't know, that's not the best gas you can get. If you're finding value so far in this video, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. It really helps distribute it throughout YouTube. And if you'd consider subscribing, I have a ton of information and videos around San Diego, as well as Las Vegas, and more from around the world. I do a lot of travel and food videos, so check it out. And if you have any other reasons to talk about what makes San Diego so expensive, whether it's visiting here or living here, please let me know in the comment section below. It really helps the community out. The next reason why San Diego is so expensive is because of the rising cost of food prices. You've heard me rave about going to Vaughn's and getting a Vaughn sandwich and going shopping here, but I went here just recently, and the sandwich that I usually get over there, it was like $6.99, which is about about $1.50 more than it was a year or two ago. Even their beer prices have jumped up about 50 cents to $1. And now I just go to Sprouts. Sprouts is a lot cheaper. They actually have a really good sandwich deli. Their beer is actually 50 cents to $1 cheaper over there as well. But this comment shouldn't derail you from going to Vons because it's still cheaper than other grocery stores. And I'll still go here, but Sprouts would be my cheaper alternative as of now. Since I'm talking Sprouts up so much, why don't we go inside and check out some of the prices on some of the foods that you would usually go and buy.
Hey, my name's Kevin. Work here at Sprouts, Mira Mesa. I want to tell you, I've been watching Jaycation for several years now. I love his show. We have great values in here. If you've ever come into the deli department, we have some fantastic sandwiches. You're not going to find cheaper vegetables anywhere in San Diego. Sprouts, Farmers Market, Mira Mesa.
Right when you walk in, there's an 8-pack of water, 99 cents. The sandwich combo is $5.99. And you get water and chips, and I get their tuna. Their sandwiches start at $4.99. Super good sandwiches here. Bananas are about 75 cents a pound over here. Let's see, a gallon of milk, $3.59. We got farm fresh eggs. You got about $3.99, $4.99 for about a dozen. Even though this beer is from Oregon, I love this beer. $10.99, Fresh Haze IPA. The next reason why San Diego is so expensive is because of the high price in utilities and miscellaneous expenses. SDG&E announced on January 1st, 2022 that they were going to be raising prices. Energy bills, electric bills have gone up all around San Diego, and I've seen news stories all around town talking about how bills for electricity have gone up so much, and some people have been wrongly charged. I don't know how and why exactly. You might want to check out those news stories. And here the weather is nice, so we don't use air conditioning or heaters. We're still spending a lot of money on our energy bill per month. And water here is about $80 a month, and compared to the rest of the United States where it's about $40 a month on average. You're paying twice as much for water in San Diego than you are in the rest of the country. The reason why Planet Fitness is right behind me is because a lot of people here like to go outdoors, like to do CrossFit, like to go to luxury gyms, like to do Barry's Boot Camp, and that will cost you. Those fees per month will add up. Here at Planet Fitness, where I just joined, they actually had a deal that ended a couple months ago, but it's only $10 per month, no initiation fee, and you can cancel whenever. I just need a treadmill and a couple of weights and I'm good to go. I'm usually in and out anyways. San Diegans on average pay about 8% more on utilities than the rest of America. Right behind me is a Spectrum location, which is the main cable, TV, and phone service provider here in the area that I live in Mira Mesa. And most of San Diego, Spectrum usually gets you on the internet and for cable. And I know a lot of people don't have cable anymore. They cut their cable and cut their home phone. For someone like me that needs a fast internet speed to upload my YouTube videos and stream content and work out of home, I have to have fast internet. And if I were to get, let's say, Verizon's wireless Wi-Fi internet service, even though it's cheaper, it's going to be a lot slower to upload and stream videos. One of the most expensive things in San Diego is buying a home or renting. The average medium home price here in San Diego is about $780,000, and rent right now is anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500 for a 1 to 2 bedroom condo or apartment. And you can find cheaper places in areas like the South Bay or East County, but you'd have to really look and get lucky and find a really comfortable spot for yourself in those areas. Now, the most expensive part of San Diego for rent is Carlsbad. In terms of rent, San Diego saw an 18.3% increase in rent prices in 2021, and because of inflation and leases running out, landlords are starting to charge more for their condos and their apartments. Rent and home buying here in San Diego is crazy. And right behind me is one of the newer condominium towers here in UTC. Parking. Around San Diego, a lot of places are free Like here in UTC, I think your first 2 hours are free. So in downtown, metered parking is about $2.50 an hour, a 3-hour max. So I end up usually paying about $7.50 every time I go to downtown. Parking at the garage over there is usually anywhere from $25 to $50, which is not cheap at all. Sometimes you can find street parking, but after 8 o'clock, that's the only time it's free. Parking eventually adds up if you're a tourist or even if you're living here. But a lot of places in the suburbs and in the communities are free parking. Another huge thing that makes San Diego so expensive for tourists are the prices to enter attractions like SeaWorld, the world famous San Diego Zoo, Safari Park, Legoland, and the new Sesame Place opening up. San Diego Zoo for a day is about $65 to get into. To save, you can get these bundle packages where you can get both the zoo, Safari Park, and even SeaWorld sometimes into a bundle. Altogether, it's about $200. You end up saving a little bit of money. And museums in Balboa Park, you'll have to pay admission to, even though you can just walk around Balboa Park and enjoy it. Places like the USS Midway, you have to pay admission. A lot of attractions will start adding up. So there's a lot of free things to do here in San Diego. You can check out my free things to do in SD video, link down below. Another thing that can prove costly here in San Diego is if you were to use public transportation. Now, San Diego County is very spread out and you'll want to rent a car and drive around if you can. You know, gas and parking, that will all add up to be more expensive for you. Our public transportation isn't as efficient and as good as other cities around the United States. So it's about $2.50 to hop the trolley each way. If you come to San Diego and you just want to take Lyfts and Ubers and you're just staying around the downtown area, I mean, that would work out, but it'll still end up costing you because a lot of the attractions and places you're gonna want to go see are usually about 15, 20, 25 minutes away from you, and those could add up to $30, $40 Lyft and Uber rides. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when tallying up your expenses and visiting San Diego. The next thing that makes San Diego so expensive for tourists are the hotel fees and the hotel prices. You may have to pay some resort fees in some of the bigger resorts here in San Diego, but they also have what you call the TOT, the Transit Occupancy Tax, which is 10.5%. Now, I am well aware that many other cities that are very tourism based like Honolulu, Miami, and other places around the United States have this similar transit occupancy tax, but it's still 10.5%. And they also just implemented a 2% TMD tax, which raises the TOT and the TMD tax to 12.5%. And if you're staying here from 5 days to 2 weeks, that adds up for you, and that's not cheap. And if you're staying at a place that has a resort fee per night, that's also gonna add up for you. Hotels are gonna be a little more expensive for you to stay in here in San Diego, that's for sure. Another thing that makes San Diego so expensive for tourists is a lot of the tourists just spend time in the tourist trap areas. If you're in the Gaslamp Quarter, or you're in Coronado Island, or you're around Old Town, or around the amusement parks, prices are gonna be a lot higher than usual because they know that they can raise prices up a couple of bucks, and you'll be spending a lot more at the restaurants and at the stores over there. So the more local you get, the more apt you are to find cheaper deals on food and on everything else. Back when I worked for the San Diego Chargers, a lot of our offensive linemen used to be from the Midwest, places like Ohio. They always used to say, we love San Diego because of the beach, and they'd always move towards the beach and they'd be paying the higher premiums over there. There's a lot of transplants here in San Diego. That's the luster of wanting to live here in San Diego, is the nice weather and the beaches, of course. Alright, Jaycationers, so I didn't make this video to scare y'all from either visiting San Diego or living in San Diego. I just wanted to paint you a realistic picture of how expensive it really is to be here in my hometown of San Diego. It's still one of the most beautiful places in the world to visit. It's sunny and 65 for most of the year, and you will not regret visiting this. You'll see it in all of my videos in the San Diego series. But yeah, it's not cheap, and there's ways to save. So if you watch some of my videos, you'll find cheap eats and ways to save around town. So make sure you check that out. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps distribute it throughout YouTube. Please consider subscribing, as I have a ton of Las Vegas, San Diego, and world content in my channel. And if you want to join my Facebook group called It's Always Sunny in San Diego, we have over 4,000 San Diego lovers on there talking about the latest news, tips, recommendations for your next visit, or if you're coming here to live in San Diego. And if you want to support Jaycation more in 2022, I have a Patreon, Teespring, and PayPal. And on my Teespring, I have a ton of hoodies, t-shirts. What makes San Diego so expensive? Comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts. All right, Jaycationers, we'll see you in the next video. And in the words of me, stay traveling, Jaycationers.